Chosen one? Pause right here. Before your mind tries to explain this away, feel the stillness around you. This moment didn't arrive by accident. You didn't scroll into this message. Heaven aligned you with it. Something ancient and intentional is unfolding, and your spirit recognized the signal before your logic could catch up. There is a quiet urgency pressing against your heart, and it's not fear. It's assignment. Chosen one, you've survived seasons where no one checked on you. You carried weight silently, fought battles invisibly, and learned to hear God in the spaces where human voices fell away. That's why this message can reach you now. There is a woman, unseen, overwhelmed, possibly breaking in places she hasn't named. And God is stirring your awareness because you are safe enough, strong enough, and discerning enough to be part of the answer. Do you feel that pull? That subtle ache mixed with clarity? That's not coincidence, that's recognition. And chosen one, before we go deeper, pause for a moment, hit subscribe, and comment Aman Aman if your spirit is already responding. Because this message is about to speak directly to you. This isn't a request for attention, it's a spiritual alignment. A way of saying, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm willing. There have been times you questioned your calling because it didn't look dramatic or loud. But God often moves through whispers, not storms. Through compassion, not spectacle. Through timely obedience, not delayed intention. You are being invited into a moment where light meets shadow, where awareness becomes action. This woman's situation may not be fully visible yet, but heaven sees every detail, and heaven chose you to notice. Why now? Because timing matters, because delay could deepen her wound, because obedience in small moments shifts entire futures. You are not being asked to fix everything, only to respond to what God reveals. A word, a gesture, a presence, a prayer. Sometimes rescue looks ordinary until you realize what it prevented. Chosen one, this is not pressure, it's trust. God doesn't prompt randomly. He prompts those who have learned how to carry responsibility without pride. As we move forward, a hidden truth is about to surface. Not just about her, but about you. Stay close. Listen deeply, because what you do next may echo far beyond this moment. Chosen one, pause for a moment and feel the weight of this truth. Someone, somewhere, needs your help right now. This isn't a random thought floating in your mind. This isn't curiosity or coincidence. Heaven itself has orchestrated this instant to reach you, to stir you, to awaken you. Do you feel that subtle pull in your chest? That quiet urgency pressing against your awareness? That is not fear. That is purpose. That is God calling you into alignment with what only you can answer. Look closely. Can you sense it? A life is teetering on the edge, not from chance, but from circumstances too heavy to bear alone. Perhaps it's a woman struggling silently, unseen by the world, carrying burdens no one else notices. Her prayer may be muffled, unheard by human ears, but God has placed a signal on your heart, a nudge, a whisper that says, this is your moment to act. You weren't chosen to observe. You weren't chosen to step back. You were chosen to respond, and the time is now. Visualize a subtle countdown in your mind. Every second, every heartbeat, a window opens and closes. If you hesitate, opportunity slips. If you respond, lives shift. What is the weight of knowing that your action could be the turning point? That your presence, your compassion, your voice could be the hand that steadies someone falling? Heaven moves through the willing, the prepared, the ones who recognize their alignment with divine timing. Will you be that chosen one? And chosen one, before we go deeper, pause for a moment, hit subscribe, and comment Aman Aman if your spirit is already responding. Because this message is about to speak directly to you. This is not just an invitation. This is a spiritual alignment, a way of saying, I see you, I trust you, I am ready to act through you. Take a breath, open your awareness, and prepare your heart. This is more than a call, it's a divine assignment. It's a moment where your courage meets purpose, where your empathy becomes action, and where the unseen hand of God guides you to intervene in ways the world may never notice. but that eternity will. Someone's story is about to be rewritten, and your response will determine how it unfolds. Can you feel the urgency? Can you hear the whisper behind the noise? Step carefully, step faithfully, and step now. Because chosen one, the window is open and the time to act has arrived. Chosen one, listen carefully to this moment, because what you are feeling right now is not random, and it is not imagination. This is not coincidence brushing past your awareness. This is God prompting you to act. The timing, the way this message reached you, the subtle stillness you felt before pressing play, none of it happened by accident. Heaven does not interrupt without purpose. When God wants movement, he sends a signal to the spirit before the mind can explain it. You may feel a pull you can't name, a sudden nudge that doesn't come with logic, only urgency. A quiet stirring that says, pay attention. That is not anxiety. That is not emotional impulse. That is God speaking in the language of alignment. He often speaks this way, gently, persistently, without force, because he honors your discernment. And right now your spirit is being invited into something precise, something timely, something that requires your willingness more than your strength. Think about how many times you've felt this before. Moments when your heart leaned forward before your circumstances did. Times when you sensed a direction before you understood the destination. God rarely explains everything up front. He reveals just enough to see if you trust his voice. In Chosen One, the reason you feel unsettled is because heaven is waiting on your response. Not tomorrow, not later, now. What would happen if you ignored it? And what could happen if you said yes? There is a reason God prompts the chosen quietly. Loud instructions would invite fear, doubt, and outside interference. Instead, he speaks within, where truth settles and courage grows. That nudge you feel is not pressure, it's permission. Permission to step forward. Permission to be part of a divine solution. Permission to let compassion become action. And here's the truth most people miss. Obedience doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like a whisper asking you to move before your rear. Pause for a moment and reflect. Why did this message reach you instead of someone else? Why now? Why does your spirit recognize the tone even if your mind is still catching up? God doesn't prompt without preparation. The reason you can hear this is because you've already been trained through trials, sharpened through waiting, and softened through empathy. Everything you survived quietly shaped you for moments like this. You're not being asked to rescue the world. You're being asked to respond to one moment with faith, one step, one decision, one act of awareness. And when you move, God moves with you. The pull becomes peace. The nudge becomes clarity. The uncertainty becomes confirmation. So ask yourself, chosen one, will you trust the prompting or will you let it pass? Stay present, stay open, because when God speaks like this, something is already unfolding behind the scenes. And your obedience may be the final piece that allows it to come to life. Chosen one, pause for a heartbeat and feel the weight of what you are hearing. This is not a general message meant for everyone. You are the chosen one. Your spirit has been marked, your life carefully prepared, and your heart finally attuned for this precise moment. The world may rush past unnoticed, but your calling requires awareness. It's subtle, quiet, yet urgent. A divine thread woven through your every thought, your every instinct. Your response matters more than you realize because the consequences of action or inaction ripple far beyond what you can see. Heaven has positioned you here, now, and is waiting to see if you will rise. Ask yourself, are you willing to step up now? Are you prepared to respond not out of obligation, but from a place of divine alignment? Sometimes the chosen ones are called not because of strength, not because of knowledge, not because of status, but because they carry integrity, discernment, and compassion that the moment demands. Your hidden battles, your quiet victories, your unseen prayers, they all converge here. This is your moment of convergence. How will you honor it? How will you answer the subtle nudge that insists, this matters, now matters, you matter? You may feel hesitant. You may wrestle with fear or doubt. That's natural. But remember, the hand that prompts you is the same hand that has carried you through every trial, every season of waiting, every night of uncertainty. The call to action is not a punishment, it's a privilege. It's an invitation to co-labor with the divine in a way that shifts outcomes, alters paths, and protects what needs protection. When God places responsibility in your hands, it is never random. You are not being burdened, you are being entrusted. Take a moment, chosen one, and feel that responsibility. Let it awaken your courage, sharpen your discernment, and ignite your faith. What you do in these next moments may change the trajectory of someone's life, perhaps even multiple lives. Will you step into that sacred space? Will you allow your presence, your decision, and your action to align with the higher purpose that has been orchestrated specifically through you? Remember, this is more than a choice. It's a spiritual alignment. Every hesitation, every pause, every doubt is measured against the divine clock. The question is simple but profound. Are you ready to act as the chosen one you were always meant to be? Are you willing to let your faith translate into action and your compassion become intervention? This is your moment, and heaven itself is waiting. Chosen one, lean in and hear this clearly. The call before you is neither casual nor coincidental. God is moving through you at this very moment. The urgency you feel, the quiet stirring in your heart, the sudden sense of now is the time. It is divine orchestration. Heaven has chosen you to be the vessel, the channel through which mercy, provision, or protection reaches someone in need. This is not merely an emotional tug or a fleeting thought. It is a sacred prompt to act, to step beyond hesitation, and to align your response with the purposes of eternity. Ask yourself, what can you do right now? Reach out, send a message, offer support, pray with intent, take the action that your conscience and spirit are guiding you toward. Even the smallest act, when aligned with God's timing, can redirect a life, prevent a tragedy, or bring healing that would otherwise be delayed. Consider this: the right action, taken at the right moment, can ripple across unseen realities. Can you feel it? That tension, that pull, that is heaven pressing against the limitations of human timing, saying, "You are the one. Move." Do not doubt the power of your response, chosen one. God does not choose randomly, nor does he summon unprepared hands. Your experiences, your trials, your patience, your faithfulness, all of these have been calibrated to equip you for this exact hour. If you hesitate now, the opportunity remains intact, but the alignment may shift. Timing is critical because God is not just asking you to help. He is asking you to be the instrument through which his will is delivered at this precise moment. Can you feel the sacred urgency? That nudge is not a suggestion. It is a divine appointment. Take a deep breath and center yourself. Imagine your actions flowing through God's purpose like light through a prism, transforming, guiding, illuminating. The way you act matters as much as the act itself. Your presence, your words, your prayers, your hands extended in service. They carry the weight of heaven's intervention. Ask yourself, will I rise? Will I be the conduit for mercy, for provision, for protection? Or will I allow the hesitation of fear to overshadow this sacred invitation? Remember, chosen one, this is not about perfection, nor about grand gestures. It is about alignment. Your response is your worship, your obedience, and your partnership with God's plan. The moment is now, and God is using you at this very second. Will you reach out, support, pray, or act? However you can. Heaven is waiting for your decision, and the world is already depending on it. Will you answer the call that only you could fulfill? Chosen one, as we draw near to the close of this moment, hear this. What you feel within is not by chance, and what you are called to do is not optional. Every tug of conscience, every flicker of empathy in your heart is God's voice guiding your hands, your words, your spirit. This isn't about accolades, recognition, or even being noticed. It is about alignment with a higher purpose, a sacred appointment in which your action, your compassion, your willingness to move becomes the instrument of divine intervention. Ask yourself, do you see the weight of this opportunity, the life you touch, the burdens you ease, the hope you instill? All of these are multiplied in ways you cannot yet measure. When you act from a place of love, courage, and obedience, God sees you. Every small gesture of support, every prayer whispered, every word of encouragement is noticed in the heavens. It matters. It shifts circumstances. It changes trajectories. Do you feel the gravity of this? The unseen impact of your willingness to step forward? Let's dwell on this truth for a moment. God does not call the perfect. He equips the willing. You, chosen one, have been prepared for this intersection of timing and purpose. And as you respond, as you rise to the occasion, you are participating in something far larger than yourself. What feels small to the human eye, a word of comfort, a helping hand, a prayer lifted in sincerity, resonates through eternity. Can you feel the sacred pulse of this moment? The way heaven itself bends toward the act of your obedience? Now consider this. How will you carry this forward? How will you embody the calling God has pressed upon you? Will you allow this moment to slip into the ordinary, or will you seize it with intention, knowing that your compassion and action will indeed make a difference? God is watching, chosen one. He sees every hesitation and every step forward, and He honors the courage to engage fully. This is why your response matters. Not tomorrow, not later, but now. Before we close, I want you to reflect. What is your calling in this moment? How can you extend mercy, care, or support today? Your engagement, whether through sharing this message, reaching out to someone in need, or simply pausing to reflect, has power. It is a partnership with the divine, an act that matters in ways both immediate and eternal. Chosen one, you are being positioned to participate in God's plan, to be a conduit of change, and to witness the unfolding of purpose through your hands. Remember this as we end. Your compassion, your attentiveness, your willingness to act, they are never unnoticed. Heaven aligns with your obedience. The choices you make now, even the seemingly small ones, ripple across realities, impacting lives in ways you cannot yet see. This is the sacred power of being a chosen one, to answer, to serve, to step forward when the moment demands courage. And so take a deep breath, center your spirit, and move forward knowing that what you do matters. Share, reflect, act. Your divine moment is here, and it will matter. Chosen one, remain here with me just a little longer. This closing is not an ending, it is a sealing. What has been spoken to you in this moment is not meant to fade when the screen goes dark. It is meant to stay with you, to echo in your thoughts, to quietly guide your next steps. Because when God brings you to the end of a message like this, He is not dismissing you. He is commissioning you. Understand this clearly. Your compassion is not accidental. The tenderness you feel when others overlook pain, the uneasiness that rises when something is unjust, the quiet ache you carry for people who are unseen. These are not emotional weaknesses. They are spiritual signals. They are evidence that your heart is aligned with heaven's concern. God trusts you with sensitivity because He knows you will not turn away when it matters most. There are moments in life when obedience does not look dramatic. It doesn't come with applause or immediate confirmation. Sometimes it looks like reaching out when it would be easier to stay silent. Sometimes it looks like praying when no one else knows the battle exists. Sometimes it looks like giving support when you yourself have needed it before. But chosen one, heaven responds to these moments with great attention. What feels small to you is significant in the spiritual realm. Ask yourself now, gently, honestly, what stirred inside you during this message? Was it urgency, compassion, a name that crossed your mind, a face you couldn't shake? That is not imagination. That is discernment awakening. God often speaks through impressions, not instructions written in the sky. He invites participation rather than forcing compliance. And when you respond willingly, something sacred is released. Do not underestimate timing. God's greatest work often unfolds in moments that seem ordinary. Right now is one of those moments. You are not late, you are not early, you are positioned. Heaven does not rush, but it does not waste time either. When God prompts action, it is because alignment has already been established behind the scenes. Circumstances have been arranged. Hearts have been prepared. Your role is simply to respond. Chosen one, hear this with clarity and peace. You are not responsible for outcomes, only obedience. You are not asked to fix everything, to save everyone, or to carry burdens that do not belong to you. You are asked to move with love, wisdom, and humility. Reach out, support, pray, act in the way you are able. God multiplies sincere effort far beyond human capacity. And when doubt tries to creep in, when the voice whispers, "What difference will this make?" Remember this truth: obedience creates ripples. You may never see the full reach of what you set in motion. You may never know how deeply your action mattered. But God sees it all. He records intention as carefully as action. He honors faithfulness even when the reward is delayed. Let this moment change how you walk forward, not with fear, but with awareness, not with pressure, but with purpose. Let discernment replace hesitation. Let compassion lead before comfort. You were never meant to live disconnected from divine prompting. You were meant to partner with it. As you leave this message, carry this assurance with you. God sees you. He knows your heart. He recognizes the sacrifices no one thanked you for, the prayers no one heard, the kindness that cost you something. And this moment, this decision to listen, to care, to act, will matter more than you realize. So, chosen one, take what you've received and let it move through you. Reflect on your calling. Share this message if your spirit urges you to. Sit quietly if that is what you need. But do not dismiss the stirring. Heaven does not interrupt without intention. This is not the end. This is alignment. This is purpose responding to opportunity. And what you do next will echo longer than you know.